Hello, welcome back to Disco Elysium. It's me, aproustian, and I need to take some stuff to the pawn shop, assuming I can figure out where that is. But first, I have some things to look at, I guess. Um, let's see, did I have something new here? It was flashing orange at me. Oh, right, of course, the radiant spinners. The magnificent hubcap spinners that Lieutenant Kitsuragi has donated to you so that you can pay for your room at the Whirling. They are slate blue and shimmer haughtily in the light. Beautiful. Okay, and then this is to, right, take them to the pawn shop south of the plaza. I guess, have I? Maybe I haven't been down this way. Okay, that's good, because I need a new place to go. An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Okay. What's that? It's gonna take me around here, I see. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off. Huh. Oh wait, I can highlight. There's a bench. I think I can rest at this bench if I need to, but I don't need to right now. Plastic wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. Okay. Oh, there are the stairs. Is this just a house, or is this going to be the pawn shop? I can take that. Ooh, I got gloves. Let me check these out. I don't think I need these gloves at the moment. Let me see if I can... what these do. +1 electrochemistry, cigarette stained fingertips. Gasoline stained fingerless gloves in navy blue. They've been worn threadbare, but being made of wool still provides some warmth and comfort. It's a slightly better look than these, but I will have to remember if I need interfacing to put those on. Water lock out of order until Wednesday. Okay. Hey, a bottle. Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash for faster times. Perfect. Exactly what I need. In the dark, a film projector is whirling away. Some kind of machine. An antique cash register? Maybe. Let's see what these things are. Mostly military wear, with a few more eccentric fashions thrown in.
A typical Martinaise streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Let your gaze run over the streetlight.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Is that a streetlight? Of course it is, but
Yes,
alas.
officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
Where'd you get
It was
it?
brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't hear
You
him.
have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
Sounds really cool. How much?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
Even taking into account the risk of attaining the light, that seems a bit
There's
steep.
also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Cool. I will have to, yeah, I have 20. Yeah, and I need all of it. Okay, well, if I ever come into a whole bunch of cash, there's a nifty light I could spend it on. What's up there?
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says, Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Huh. Could this device come handy in my police work? I feel like no. Shopkeep, the Stereo 8 approved machine
Is
here.
the Harman Welshie W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
Oh, that's it? Huh. Are you sure could it come in handy in my police
If
work?
police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Don't I need that for karaoke? You sure it's in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
Okay, I'm not gonna buy it now. Tempting though, because I want to double check my. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Find booze and drink it. You know, if I get a few real, I should be able to buy some from the Freet. Sing karaoke. Yeah, I'll need to play it on a boombox. Yep, so I will need to buy this, but I'm going to secure my room for tonight first. The bust of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. Interesting. Okay.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
Now that the RCM is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Look around. Typical vacuous consumerist objects.
It keeps me entertained.
He responds, unimpressed with your critique.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe. Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what?
Ooh. Let's see. I'll try it.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pure Holodon? What is that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Is it just me, or is it really warm in here?
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature.
Huh. Okay, the thing is, like, God, this is the tough thing about this game is, like, me personally, I'm just not interested. I'm just not very much into drugs. Like, I have no judgment for people who are. It's just not my cup of tea. I'd rather have a cup of tea. Um, but, like, Harry clearly is someone who enjoys drugs. But I'm like, how the hell do I get Harry drugs? Do I want to get him drugs? Um, I'll just say no judgment, just
I've
curious.
had to take it. You know, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
Aha, so he's saying he needed it for the uh, anti radiation.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
Huh, the People's Pile, what's
A
that?
bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
Huh.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance.
Yeah. I am curious about the particle decay generator because in our world, nuclear power plants, it's it's not decay, right? It's forced oh gosh, fission and fusion. Why do they have to sound so much alike? I always have to think it through. Fission. Big things split into smaller things, right? You bombard the uranium with neutrons and it splits it apart and you get energy out. Particle decay can also give you energy, but it's a lot less controllable because it just happens randomly. Okay.
A primitive nuclear reactor, also
Yeah.
called a pile.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear it called primitive. Yeah.
Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West.
Which is interesting because I wouldn't have pegged nuclear stuff as cheap, right? Cheap source of energy.
Needless to say, things didn't work out.
Yeah, that sucks. Why did it
An
fail?
emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing
no.
the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up
Oh,
in the
no.
explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
Yeah, that sounds horrible. Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
He points at the white triangle on his orange safety jacket.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
He looks at the spiraling light and stops. God damn. Must have been tough radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinaise. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but
He shrugs. Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
I've... Oh, should I ask him to share it? Again, this is like... I don't want to, but Harry wants it, you know? Shit. I'll
You
ask.
said you done it before, yeah?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved. He won't be your knock, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
Huh. I think I've tried it once and liked it. I haven't. Don't worry, I can take it. I'll say I haven't.
If you say so. Here you go, man.
Huh. That's very nice of him. He presents a large, cap-shaped object in the palm of his hand. Very odd looking.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Straight into your gut.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't go through with it. I changed my mind. I don't need
I
it.
respect your decision, officer. What else can I help you with?
Okay, do you have any guns like the ones carried by cops? Oh no. Shit, let's sell something
Yes,
first.
we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
The lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them?
Essentially.
Jump-a-mesque banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you.
He takes the cash, then turns
Here's
to
the
you.
130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest goes in his pocket. That makes sense.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Oh, interesting. Okay, so I could sell clothes. I'm gonna keep my stuff. Okay, don't have anything to sell
Another
at the
time,
moment.
perhaps.
Might be able to aid our investigation?
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business. Bad for everyone.
He doesn't know anything.
Okay, that's
The
all I've got.
pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Do you, happen to have any guns?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question.
Oh, shit.
I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
God damn it. Oh, no.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh, God.
Yeah.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Alright. I sold you my gun, of course I did. Was the buyer a policeman
She
too?
didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
I'm gonna...
Right, so let me
Shit.
get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinaise with it?
I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the citizens' militia?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
He looks around, worried. Shit. And I might as well ask about this.
You, you were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Harry definitely had a crisis. Was Harry involved in the murder? I wonder?
And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Any idea where I can find this buyer? Sorry, the reason why I'm asking if Harry was involved is because he had some kind of major crisis a few days ago that led to that huge bender, and but before he got completely wasted, he's tried to divest himself of all of his policeman stuff. You know, his ledger, the gun, the badge, everything gone because he doesn't feel like he deserves it. So that means he did something completely antithetical to what he thinks is good policing. Okay. Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope Everard wasn't lying, and the Union can track her down in time.
Have people from Everett Clare's Union come here to track the gun?
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
I bet they do.
Wait, then it might be true. Everard's claims.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
The lieutenant's eyebrows raised slightly.
People as oleaginous as Everard seem like they're lying, even when they're really being truthful.
Oleaginous. That's a new word for me. I gotta look that up. Oleaginous. Resembling or having the properties of oil, marked by an offensively ingratiating manner or quality. Yeah, he was kind of that way. Okay, now I know how I lost my
Of course.
sidearm. And then I think that's it, except that I have $20, besides obviously the 130, but that's spoken for. So I have $20. I could spend 12 on it on the boombox now. And I think I will while I'm here.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
Alright.
And here you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever, turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
And there we go. Okay. So it's it's a tool. Okay, so I can equip that if I need to listen to things, I guess. Alright. Okay, let's go back and... Oh, wait, pay for damages, yes. Do you have anything to say to me, Kim?
Yes?
Okay, nothing. Nothing new there. Oh my god, I just tried to sprint using the Elden Ring sprint button. Oh boy. The one thing is I'm wondering if I should heal up my morale. I have plenty of items, so I'm going to. I feel like, well, but if I rest, maybe I'll get it back. I'll see how that does. I'm just a little bit worried about, like, losing my morale, my other morale somehow, but guard's not gonna lose my morale when I'm here to pay him.
Can I help you?
Yes, have you got it?
I have your money.
Well,
Okay. I can... It's hard to read because that thing's over it. So I can just say, here it is. Slam the pills down. I hope you choke on it. Here it is. Sorry for the trouble. Here it is.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
How much
The
is
electronic
that?
lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
He opens his wallet.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
I need a drink.
Do I have a shaker in
Oh no,
It's
not
not a
this.
shaker. It's
Say
Am
nothing.
I
I forgot.
Am I smiling? Do you? Because
Why?
I'm not a bart.
play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help.
Fine then.
Like what?
Sorry. Goodbye. I forgot. Okay, if I do want a drink, I'll have to get it from... Oh, I think I have 2 points. If I'm reading that right, I have 2 points I can level. So I'm going to go ahead and use one to level up. I think I want to level up my endurance. That'll give me an extra health point. Yeah! Okay. I know it's late. It's not too late though, right? I could go buy a drink. I'd rather buy Harry a drink at night than in the morning, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna buy the cheapest thing the Freet has. Where was the Freet? There it is.
Is this about the questions?
No, this is about the booze.
A colourful display
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Okay, so I'm gonna get a beer. Oh, I see. +1 physique, -1 morale. Oh no, I can't do -1 morale right now. Shit. Do they all have the same effect? They do. Okay, so in that case, I am gonna use one of my things to heal the morale. And now I'm gonna buy
a colourful
some
display
booze.
of cigarettes and
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and... Here you go, mister.
Beer. Okay. And then I will leave. And then I'll go through here. Okay. So I think in order to drink it, I have to equip it.
well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens.
Look at the bottle.
What a solid can of mass-produced piss water. Well over 10% alcohol in this so-called beer. Pop it open before it gets too warm. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it.
Open
There's
the
a
bottle.
satisfying pop as the cap comes off, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're
What'll-
home now.
What will be the repercussions if I take that sip?
Nothing. Some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'll be strong as an ox.
Take a sip.
A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done.
I mean, I say that, but
In the
like,
bottom right corner of the screen, there's an alcohol
oh
button.
my god.
Alcohol gives +1 to physique skills. Physical instrument, half light, electrochemistry, endurance, pain threshold, and shivers. This is good before rolling a white check, but damages your morale. And remember,
Oh yeah, I'm at 4 health right now.
From the void we came, and to the void we must return.
How long does that last? Okay, in the bottom right, there's an alcohol. I don't see it. Maybe is that the L3, R3? So I can probably have more drinks later, but I have to make sure that I'm not going to lose all my morale.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
What is in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows.
What's down the shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And above that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What's in the east?
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Shake your shoulders again.
You shudder, looking down at your feet. Dirty rainwater runs veins into the plaza's snow. 2 green snakeskin shoes stand at attention on the mosaic paving of the plaza.
What's below?
Collapsed storm drains, old sewage systems flooded with rainwater. Hidden weapon caches from the revolution. Doors leading down to Le Royaume. The catacombs to which, for 3 centuries, they delivered the blue-blooded dead.
The north?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The evening news.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Filthy water pools around a body. Droplets of rain slip from the dead man's cold cheeks.
The south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
Why am I not there?
To be in Martinaise, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, In the shadow of the day, the revolution failed.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Where the hood at?
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
Oh, interesting. I don't understand what any of that means. Shudder, look further.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
All right. I think it's time to go to bed. No, yeah, okay. Thought for a second it was like trying to access the karaoke machine.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Am I a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
She broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
I should not do that. Sure.
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils.
Uh-huh.
Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Good to know.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
All right.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
He lights a cigarette. I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
I think I might want to pick up smoking. Do you have any more cigarettes?
I apologize, but I only brought one with me. I have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes.
That sounds exactly right. How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will, and unhealthy.
He flicks the ash.
Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit below it all.
Right then, the debrief.
Yes. It's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. Then you shot the body down, which was quite the shot.
Damn straight. I was inspired by your confidence in me, Kim.
I admit I wasn't sure whether I should give you the gun, but I'm glad I did. We still have to perform the autopsy, though. But we did do a thorough search of the crime scene. That's great. Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinaise, I mean.
He takes a deep drag and looks at the city. The initial interviews? Yes. Well, we talked to some people.
Mm-hmm. Including Everard Clare, a daunting adversary, if there ever was one.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
No, and I took a lot of physical damage? I forget, it was a lot of damage.
He's not saying much on the matter, because he thinks
Damn.
you could have gotten more out of Everard.
I'm sure I can get him to tell us more.
Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
I don't know how I feel about my name, actually.
That's normal. It's best not to give it too much thought. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
Yeah, I have to find my badge, but we don't have any leads on my badge.
If Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
Gets me around the screen faster, Kim.
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
I don't know why I do the things I do. Yes, it's part of the Jamrock Shuffle.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
He nods thoughtfully, tapping his finger on his cigarette.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
He looks at your snakeskin shoes and smiles suddenly.
Thank you for the compliment. We could manage it even in wooden clogs. There are uncanny running reservoirs in this body. God knows why.
What are our powers, exactly, the RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Huh. I feel like he said something about that before. 1,000, why not more? Let's see. That'd be an easy power to abuse.
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Yeah, 1,000, why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Rebachol.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
How can you be sure the arrestee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see, and if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in the watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Yeah. Great. Strongly admonished. Great. Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty...
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
I agree, Kit. Alright, what happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
Who makes all these rules?
The coalition government and the moral intern, more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absolutely fixed on a window below that. below that just went dark?
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
I'll say nothing.
Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
The Moral Intern, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
That's the DEI of the bust of the woman in the pawn shop. Okay.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
Okay, what do you think of
The
them?
moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
I have an opinion on them.
Do you?
The lieutenant arches his brow, then pulls on his cigarette. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. Things are bad out there. But personally, I'm against more policing. Yeah, they've done an awful job here. Have you seen the place? This isn't humanism.
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Yeah, vigilantes sound bad.
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinaise. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
He looks at the roundabout.
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over.
Alright, say nothing. Just look into the night.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. 2 glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
He pulls on the cigarette. Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our 2 precincts.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I mean, I hope the investigation will improve the situation, do some good. I don't think it will, but I can hope.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. Yeah, you don't have a cool yellow beanie like I do. Alright, let me check this. You met a mysterious stranger smoking on the balcony of the apartment. Or oh, that's that other one. Okay. Find smokes and smoke them. Okay. Wow. I think I'm going to bed. See you in the morning. Bye, Kim. Good night. Bye. And that's his room. You know, I wonder if I can retry the mirror yet.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Let's see. Oh, tool not in hand. Oh! Use the chain cutters to fix the faucet. Stop steam from fogging up the mirror. Okay, cool. You know what? I will do this next time. I think I'm out of time. So, I'm going to call it here. That was some interesting conversation with Kim. Always interesting. And, yeah, I'll catch y'all the next time. Bye!